When did we grow up? When did we start moving so slow? We used to run, we used to go.
Hello and welcome to the UIAA Youth World Championships, and what a location for this competition. We're in Malbun in Liechtenstein, and as you can see, this idyllic mountain retreat is a wintry place for our athletes to compete on as we come down to our speed wall that sits at the bottom of the piece. My name is Matt Groom, and it's a pleasure to be joined once again by Aneta Luchecka. Aneta, first of all, tell me about last night, because you commentated speed, didn't you?
I enjoyed it. Hello, everyone, first of all. I enjoyed it so much. It was great. And if I see it correctly, we have first climber on the wall already.
Yeah, she is underway here for the women's under-16 final. This is Ronja van der Lee from the Netherlands. And Annette, this wall, I know you climbed on it back in the day. Tell me a little bit about it.
I climbed on it back in 2018 during my first ever international comp. It was Youth World Championships as well. And, you know, I actually fell very quickly. I think I fell from the ice, actually, so I didn't really touch the wall. So tomorrow it's going to be my premiere, in fact. But then Ronja, she is from Team Netherlands. She has a sister, and I trained with both girls this summer. And it was an amazing training. They were so interesting in all the moves we set for them, together with Marianne van der Steen, because Marianne, together with Dennis van Hoek, they are their coaches. So let's see what this girl can show.
Exactly. Well, she is underway on top rope. The under-16 category uses a top rope, not the lead format. Let's just explain a little bit about my co-commentator next to me, Aneta, who is a Czech ice climbing world champion. She is taking on coaching duties this weekend for the youth, but tomorrow is the Continental Cup, which she is potentially on the line to win, aren't you, Annette? It's close.
I mean,
it's a possibility, statistically. Let's put it like that.
Statistically, maybe. I hope so. Keep fingers crossed, but it's not going to be easy.
No, of course not. Well, look at this thin hold on the... what do you call this move when the axe is sideways like that? Is it side pull?
Just side pull, yeah. You have to put your attention and focus. And, you know, it's very easy to slip. You really have to keep it on the side, not pulling too much or anything. Now we have under, which you can stein, actually. And as you see, Ronja is all in style. Look at her pink tape on her tools. I think she got it from Marianne.
Pink, Aneta's favourite colour. That's why she's impressed. All right, well, locks the axe over the top in a nice wrap here and then gets stood up. 1 minute 38 on the clock. The under-16s have 4 minutes to complete this route, which is not a lot of time in it. You've got to keep moving.
Exactly. You have to keep moving, and then you can see different holds from different countries on this wall. She just passed a hold from Korea. We just climbed on these holds on Real World Cup a few weeks ago, and now I think that one, if I am correct, is from Switzerland. Then you have stone. There is a lot of different holds, and the athletes, even though they are so young, they have to know how to read them correctly and how to use them.
Yeah, there are smart stones on the wall. There are these metal holds as well, the resin or plastic ones, as you can see she's coming up to with the stein. And if you're new to ice climbing, a stein pull, it's like an undercling. You do this, you put your pick underneath, you pull upwards and you press the cheeks, the top of the ice axe against the plywood. But she's struggling to get the position for this stein pull here.
Exactly, because if your picks are too aggressive, it's sometimes very hard to get them into an under or stein pull. Also, you don't have only stein pulls, you have also floating unders. And I was wondering if she was going to float this stein pull, but no, she was strong enough to do it with her cheeks still touching the wall. Yeah,
into the chain feature. This is pretty cool. In ice climbing comps, they tend to mix up this type of holds. We get some pretty homemade things. And this chain is interesting in that, isn't it? Maybe not necessarily ice climbing styly, but pretty cool. Oh, and then falling on the chain. That's a surprise.
But still, she got quite high on the wall, and I think the chain is going to be tricky for a lot of athletes because, remember, it's moving. You are very far. Your body is very far from the wall. So it's not that easy to get into the next hole. Also, her tool got stuck up there in the chain, so I think we are going to have a little bit of delay because they have to remove it.
Of course, yeah, the ice axes can get left on the wall, and there are some, there's some interesting ways to get it down, including big hooks and the rest. Okay, our first athlete done for the under-16 women. We move on to the under-16 men in a minute. I think we're swapping back and forth. Soren Hotaling is on next. And Annette, I want to talk about Team Czech for a moment, because you guys had success last night. Is it 2 champions?
Yeah, well, we've got 2 medalists. One of them is a world champion, and then we have a vice world youth champion. So I would call it a successful night.
Very good. And you coach those athletes?
Yeah, I coached those 2 athletes, so I was celebrating with them, and we were so happy last night.
Wow, awesome. Well, YouTube, if you're there, can you give me a shout out? Because frankly, I'm lonely here in the commentary box. We need your input. Look at the speed. Sorry that Soren's climbing here.
No,
it's not Soren. I literally thought that was the athlete.
I wanted to stop you, but I wasn't quick enough. That's the route setter or one of the organizers trying to remove the tool.
I was like, my goodness, he's flying.
Oh, yeah, he was, because he was using the quick draws.
Oh, dear, I got the giggles now. All right, well, that is the route setter, as you said. I was like, unbelievable skills from that man there. Right, well, we will retrieve the axe now. That's good. She's got her axe
Exactly.
back.
Ronja was able, with a big smile, to get her pink ice tool back, and now we are waiting for Soren. And we actually saw Soren already last night during the speed finals. So a long comp for him, long weekend for him.
Yeah, exactly that. The athletes, some doing senior World Cups, some juniors. Well, thank you, YouTube. Lovely to see everyone. A lot of our big USA contingent watching here. I think it's a reasonable time in the day for you guys. We've got Kenneth and Carolyn Rose back again. Good morning, guys. Hope you're doing good. Jan says the weather looks beautiful. It is beautiful, isn't it, Nat? It's like Bluebird ski day. What are we doing in the commentary box?
I love it. Well, I can either pick up being in the ISO zone or being in the commentary box. So, at least here I can see the blue sky. On the screen, yes, but I can see it.
That's true. It is a lovely day here in Liechtenstein. And thank you to the organisers, because running a Youth World Championships is one of those slightly thankless tasks. You sort of pave the way for future generations, but it's a difficult competition to run.
It's a very difficult competition to run, because remember, there is so many categories, so many athletes, so many routes to set. And, it's not easy task for the organizers. But then, it gets, I would say, even way more emotional that adult comes, because seeing those kids either smiling or crying, that's part of the comp as well.
It's emotional, isn't it?
It's very, very emotional.
Looking at these pics here, it seems like he's got sort of adapted nomics. He's got some giant Krukanogi pics on there, but then the nomic shaft.
Exactly. He has nomic pic from Krukanogi, and it's actually quite cool how many tools you can see on the scene, even from youth climbers. I don't even think he has longer handle. He has normal nomics he's competing with, and then obviously his picks from Krukanogi has to be longer and more aggressive than picks you would use, for instance, anchars, which are those tools you are usually competing with.
Yeah, this
is tricky, Yeah.
So he went for the wrap, and then, do you know that hole? What's he in on that pick?
It's a stone hold, and the thing with stone holds is you cannot really know them, because every single stone is different. Nowadays, what the route setters are sometimes doing, and I'm very, very happy that they are doing it, is they put a little mark on the hold, on the place where it's supposed to be the best. So even if you don't know the hold, it's fair for you, because you see the line and you know where to take it.
I see. Okay, so there's little sort of hints put there by the setters. Well, you can see our Fixe quick draws not in use for the under-16. Oh, that was very close.
Slip.
He was lucky that left foot was well placed. He was in trouble there.
And he got back his stability with kind of flagging his right leg behind him.
All right, well, he's up into the blue volume section, squatting down on those feet. It's a little bit wobbly as he reaches up. Oh.
What is interesting, he's not so far using his upper handles at all. He's climbing only on his lower handle.
Well, explain that a little bit, because lower handle, I can only see one handle of those axes.
There are actually two handles. Lower one, which Soren is using at the moment, and then the upper handle. What I am usually doing, if I want to reach far, is that I use, just as he's using it at the moment.
With the left hand.
With the left hand, I will use the upper handle, and then lower handle with the right one. He's experienced enough to use it kind of as a reverse grip, on this side hold.
Well, we have the shot from the side, which is good to see just how steep this ice climbing wall is. It starts off vertical on that section, then becomes overhanging.
And you can see how overhang it is by the next hold, which is from Smart Stones. It's called earring. And it's a stone which looks like an earring. And I think it's similar thing to this chain we saw in Women Route. You have to swing, you have a lot of movement. Your body is so far from the wall. So it needs some upper strength to reach the next hold.
Yeah, and of course, moving around is sort of an insecure feeling. You need to keep your core nice and tense. So it's not a particularly restful place to be. And he's going to move. Well, you have to swing into this move. And this is why it's on a chain, right?
Exactly, and you have to be careful enough about placing your pick, because even though you are in a swing, you have to get this right momentum to actually get the hold on the right position. And I
think maybe running out of power more than anything else there. With about 30 seconds to go, he set a score of 12. Kind of halfway through, as you can see on the leaderboard on the left-hand side. Interesting that. I mean, we never know at the start of a competition how the routes will set up. So, yes, Soren's got 12. Let's see what happens with that one.
And both of our first climbers actually finished on kind of same type of movement. Ronja, she fell from the chain, and then Soren from this stone earring. I think we are going to see some interesting swings and dynamic climbing.
Well, we can see a big box on top as well. I think maybe under 20s. That could be the category.
I would say so. I am kind of expecting some jumps, or maybe it's for tomorrow's comp. Who knows?
All right, YouTube, let us know. I want to know your drink of choice. Are you a coffee person? Are you in Europe? Is it 9:43 Central European time for you? Are you in the US? Is it late at night? Send us a beverage. I've currently got black coffee. Annette, what are you on there?
I've got my latte. I'm definitely a coffee person. It's my second coffee today. I had one last night during commentating, so definitely a coffee person. It doesn't matter what time of the day it is.
Nice one. I'm on at least number 4 here. I'm just, it's an addiction, it's a problem, but it's fine as long as I ignore it. Things will get better.
Exactly. Sweet denial. Sweet denial.
Right, Werner from Switzerland approaches the wall, knocking off the axe from those fruit boots she's wearing. Starting position down low, as you can see, where the under 16 is indicated. Deep breath for her, and she will pull on for her final for the under 16s.
Swiss athlete, so she's, I would say, aware of these stone holds, because those stone holds are from Switzerland, actually. So let's see what result she can pull on them. And yeah, we have this metal hold. I don't really like it, because you have to be really precise on this one. And then those holds are actually not so nice either. Some people think that ice climbing is only about holding jugs, because, let's say ice tools are jugs, and then putting those jugs into even bigger jugs. But if we saw some detailed pictures or shots from the holds our climbers are climbing on at the moment, you would be able to see that those holds are not chucks at all. They are usually hanging on just tiny little metal plates or metal holes, which can be around, 1 millimeter maybe.
There's a tiny margin, isn't it, that you're hooking onto here?
Exactly.
All right, well, she's done well to get to the yellow volumes here. 16 is the current high point. The athletes are kept in isolation, of course, so they don't know where their opponents got to. And now this move, I guess you're sort of almost, you could kick into the volume that's sloping up, but it's a bit harder to kick into, and she pings an axe. That's unfortunate. Fairly low down. You can see from this wide the yellow volume there.
Exactly, and the thing was, she didn't quite get the holds. That's what I mean. If you don't know the holds, it's kind of blind for you, because you don't have an idea where the right position is. And if you are a sports climber, you can feel the hold with your fingers. While now, with ice climbing, you can only feel it through your pick, and sometimes it feels,
Well, she's got the wrong bit, hasn't she? She's got to go inside that hole.
Yeah, exactly. Because
or is it? Or there? There's a line
no,
there.
It's
so
line.
She's above it.
She's above it, and she doesn't have the hole, I think.
And you can see the second she weighted it and started to move up on it, that's when the pick happened. And she
because
won't be able to see that, right? It's above her head.
That's why I'm saying it's blind, because you feel that you are in the hole, actually. But it's only because your pick is so sharp that it basically bites into everything. And then when you start the movement, you usually ping off if you are on the wrong position. That's what happens with ice climbing.
Exactly that. It's tenuous, small margins here. And with ice climbing, if you're watching this for the first time... Oh, I just want to talk about the beverage shout-out, by the way, as well. Who's drinking what? We've got Jaden with some hot chocolate with whipped cream. Interesting.
Oh, I love it as well.
Have you got chocolate sprinkles on top? That's important, I feel.
That's very important. And also caramel.
Yes, exactly. A bit of caramel drizzle. I like that. Jan says Matt is over-caffeinated. We're 15 minutes in. Jan, you just wait, my friend. We've got 3 finals here today. I'm going to be so shaky. Right, Matus Olsen from the USA, athlete number 2 and second USA athlete in this final 3.
And also a world champion in speed from last night. So, you know, I think he's got something to celebrate last night. Let's see. How he can pull it off on the lead.
Hopefully he got some sleep last night and managed to recover, because it's an early start for the under-16s.
It's, as I said, it's very, very long weekend for especially the under-16s, because you have to wake up very early on Friday. You climb the whole day. We finished at, let's say, 10 o'clock last night. And now, early morning, they had to go to ice zone. But so far, he's progressing well.
Yeah, he's done very well. I've just noticed his right ice axe, the USA flag on it. That's pretty cool.
I love it. I also like knowing which of my axe is which, because sometimes your pick on one ice axe is a bit sharper or something than
should
the other
one. Should they not be
one.
the same?
They should.
Are you just telling me some kind of ADHD thing that you've done with your tool? They are totally different, aren't they, for you? You did last year. They were different.
But last year, yes, because the year before, 2 years ago, I broke one of my tools just before the season. But if I'm saying just before, it was like 2 days before I left to Korea. So it's a nightmare, and I had to get used to different tools. And ever since then, I was climbing on 2 different tools.
Wow.
Now I'm on same tools again. But yeah.
That's interesting.
And
we're on the swing now. Now, this is where we lost Soren. I think Matthias just needs to move quick through the section. He needs to commit to the swing.
Exactly, but he was quick so far. He's still got 2 minutes on the clock, and now he's got some time to rest. He's not going to rest at all, although this is tricky. In those kind of movements, when you just hang your tool on something, you can also call it yanga. I very much prefer to put just top of my pick on the hold. But, you know, he didn't hesitate. He trusted his choice, and it worked.
Yeah,
so
he's done well there to move through. So he's into our current leader position. And this match, and it's super awkward. There's an undercling floating stein.
It's a floating stein.
Oh, no, now he's pressed. Oh, no, it's
not
floater.
floating stein. It's just a floater.
Yeah.
It's floating under. We call it floater, yeah. Because you can either stein it or you can float it.
Now, does this share the under-16 women's route up here? I think so, doesn't it? So similar kind of top section for both categories.
Yeah, except the fact that boys, they have also this hanging stone before. But no issue at all for Matthias. He's good at those swings. And without any hesitation, he reached the next hole. And this is another smart stone hold on the way.
He's looking good here with less than a minute. He's only got a few holds before the top. He's getting closer and closer right now. Matching that stone hold.
Now I think this is a metal hold. He has to be really precise on that hold. It's kind of super easy to ping off this one. A little shake.
Yeah, the climbing becomes a bit more 3D here. You can see him kind of almost bridging out left. There's a volume available on his right side as well if he wants to stem it, but he's committing to this reverse grip side pull move.
Yeah, he's not steining it at all. I think it is impossible. But does he have enough time to top it? Now he comes to new reply hold. This hold is actually made in Czechia.
Great,
and so close to top. Come on, 6 seconds to go.
He just needs to get it. You don't need to match anymore. So that should be a top for him. And we have our first top of the morning.
He actually does have to match.
Oh, you do in under 16?
Yeah, because they're on top rope.
I get you. Okay.
So, yeah.
So the difference is in lead, you don't, presumably, same as the senior rules. At top rope, you do.
Exactly.
So
but if you are on top rope, you have to match because there is no quick draws to claim.
All right, well, what a beautiful mountain backdrop here in Malbun. People have been commenting what a great place for an ice climbing comp, and it really is. With that hotel, which you can just see on your right-hand side, myself and Annette are sitting in a wonderfully large room with the biggest TV I've ever seen in my life.
I love it. I have never seen bigger TV.
It's
like,
huge.
never. And I'm like, Mom, can we get a TV like this? And also, I want a PlayStation. Is it possible, please?
Right. That's expensive time. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah.
Kenneth and Carolyn Rose say, nice job, Matthias. Yes, indeed. Do let us know who you're supporting, what you think of the climbing on YouTube. I've got it open on my computer, and it's always nice to know that someone's out there, isn't it? Otherwise, we're just talking to a room in that.
Exactly. Exactly.
Well, this is one of the highlights, this move out to the wrap, and he absolutely locked that in, didn't he? Perfect.
He did it perfectly, and he really didn't hesitate at all. Throughout his climb, he, flew through the route with several seconds left, and I am kind of worried that these finals are going to come back to times and to who's going to be faster to the top.
Yeah,
but maybe not.
It's something a lot of athletes talk about. Obviously, most athletes want to be challenged on the routes, so they prefer to fall off rather than be timed out, correct?
Exactly, because even though I love speed climbing, I don't necessarily love speed climbing on, lead wall. And we have Czech athlete now.
Yes, you do. Tell me a little bit about Rosalie.
Rosalie is one of the climbers training hard in Brno, in Lokomotiva Brno team, and I think she's ready for her final climb. It's one of the first comps for her. I think it's first Youth World Championships for her, and she trained so hard, so let's see what she can do on the wall.
Yeah, she is underway then, looking, trying to figure out the bottom of this wall. The athlete's kicking into the plywood with those crampons and the fruit boots, usually mono points in there. And they're like little daggers. And it's amazing, isn't it, Annette? Though you're standing on like a little bit of metal, it feels quite solid.
It feels solid, and also it really depends what kind of plywood you have. The senior athletes, we usually get used to kicking into different plywood, but for those young climbers, sometimes it's very tricky and very hard because they don't have so much of experience from different walls. And, they are used to one type of plywood, which is soft or hard or bouncy or whatever. And then they made it to new venue with new plywood, and it's hard for them because they have to adapt in, wow.
Now, using the hand, you can do that.
You can do it, yeah, you're allowed to do it. So she's a good sport climber as well, and she fully went for it. If you are strong enough sport climber, you can climb the whole route just with your hands. You're allowed to do it. But I would not recommend it because most of the holds are kind of tricky and impossible to hold with our tool.
Well, also, of course, having an ice axe gives you an extra reach. So if you were to make these moves without ice axes, you'd be a couple of feet short, perhaps, on some
And
of them.
also, I would love to see someone taking this next metal hold, which is like just tiny hole with your...
That's true. That would
fingers.
be challenging. I bet
That would be very challenging.
Yeah. Well, up towards the blind hold we were talking about earlier on, but she's got that absolutely perfectly on the line.
Without any hesitation. Also, if you see her tools, she is climbing on S-Roti tools. Those tools are actually made in Czechia, and a lot of youth climbers is at the moment using them.
Yeah, she comes up into this Stein pull. The cheeks of the axe pressed against the wall here. She matches. And the further down the handle you go, obviously there's a bit more torque in there.
Mm-hmm.
If you go super high towards the pick, it can feel quite unstable.
Exactly. You don't... Oh, and she floated it and moved it a little bit up. I mean, the head.
Mm-hmm.
Again, securing herself with her fingers. You can definitely see how strong of sport climber she is.
Definitely got a style, hasn't she? And she's on 12 points now. 16 would be provisional gold. But, of course, she'll be on the podium at the moment provisionally in silver. And into the sun now that's just slicing across the wall. I'll admit, Annette, I haven't actually been outside today. Is it cold? I presume with the sun it's not too bad out there.
It's not too bad, yeah. I would say it's a bit warmer than it was yesterday, I think. But, again, I haven't spent much time out either. It was just brief, maybe 20 seconds when I got out of the car. And
Car
before
to
I
hotel.
get it, car to hotel. That was it for me. So.
Nice. Okay, well, the athletes, yesterday it was snowing, so they have
Is it
slightly
going
better
to do figure
conditions.
4? I think she's getting ready for it.
She's thinking about it, isn't she? But no, she stands up.
She just signed it. Very strong performance from Rosalie, and we can hear the Czech team cheering for her very loudly. She's got into the chain nearly. A tricky move, that, isn't it?
You've got to be accurate. She's gone to the lowest part of the chain. I wonder if it might have suited her a little better to go higher on that one, because now obviously she's lower on the hold. But we'll see.
Yes, but it's easier to get the first, part of the chain, because it's, that was a slip, but she's still on the wall. It's easier to get the first hook of the chain.
Oh,
Nice.
just latches that.
She got it perfectly. Well, now it's tricky part for her, because as I said, with those hang-like holds, you don't necessarily want the back of your ice pick on the hold. You want the first part of your pick.
Well, she's timed out, I think, but
yeah.
on 17, that will be our new provisional leader here. Jan's got a question for you, Annette. Is it easier to climb on brand new plywood or slightly used plywood? Or does it depend on the sort of location and conditions?
I think it really depends on location and condition, and more than of new or old plywood. It depends of the hardness of plywood, because sometimes you can have brand new plywood, but it's so hard that it's basically impossible to kick into it. And then you can have old plywood, but it's soft and it's not bouncy, and then it's just perfect for kicking. So it really depends.
The bounce is something some athletes talk about. You don't want bounce when you kick into the wall, ideally.
And on some walls, you literally have to know where to kick, because on some places it's less bouncy than on the other places. So then it's obviously a big advantage for local athletes, or for the athletes which are actually climbing on that wall, knowing those places where to kick.
Definitely. All right, well, we're looking at our wall from wide here. We've got Reply Volumes, which I know is your big sponsor, Annette, and they're sponsoring some of the Czech team that are here.
Exactly.
And, of course, the other sponsors on the wall. And, look, ice climbing competition. A lot of people will be like, hang on a sec, there's ice on the right-hand side. Why are they not using the ice?
Well, in the past, the athletes, even on World Cups, on senior World Cups, used to climb on ice. But we got so much better that it would be impossible to create a route for us hard enough to climb only on ice, because it would come down only to how long we can make these moves, and it would not be necessarily fair or interesting or anything. So we left ice for plywood.
Yeah, and speed, exactly. All right, well, Jan, lovely shot of those that first opening hold there, 2 holes in the metal. Tell me a little bit about Jan.
Jan, again, is another member of Brno Czech team called Lokálka. They've got a lot of kids and youth climbers climbing here. And, it's amazing to see how the sport is progressing, not only in Czechia, but also in other countries. And all the countries are bringing more and more youth climbers for the sport, which is just amazing, to see those future stars of the sport.
Yep, exactly. And as ice climbing heads towards potential Olympic selection, we could be watching the future right now. Now, Jan needs a top to get into the lead. Of course, it will come down to time if he does that. It was pretty close for Matthias.
I think it was 1 second.
Hang on. He's got to get to the
slip.
top first, yeah. And that's the problem, isn't it, Annette? If you don't kick in properly, you can see the right pings as well.
Exactly. If you don't kick properly, you might just fall. But he saved it quite well. He's one of the smaller climbers. He's definitely not as tall as Matthias, but he's progressing through the route very well. And sometimes it's actually not a big advantage to be tall. Sometimes you want your hands to be actually short, because then, for instance, moves like unders and floaters are easier for you. It's not many moves being easier for you if you're small, but some of them are, at least some.
And technical climbing here as he flicks the axe into a reverse grip. Why would he have his hand that way around rather than the normal way?
Well, I'm more concerned about the rope being behind him at the moment.
Is it?
Kind of, yeah, it was
I see what you
right
mean.
behind him. Reverse grip allows you to kind of reach further if the hold is bad and if it's a side hold. So a lot of athletes are actually using that kind of movement.
Well, full commitment, maybe without having the feet in the right place on that.
I think so, yeah. He wanted to be fast because he knew he needed to be fast. And he just fully committed to this move without putting his feet on right position. And, it didn't work out. And also, again, we might see another speed climber, as a route setter, climbing to get his tool because it got stuck on the wall. So just telling you, Matt, the next climber is not going to be that fast and that quick. It's honestly, a route setter.
I just looked up and I saw this person flying up the wall. I was like, oh my goodness, we have a world champion here. But no, it's our setters.
Better than Luna and Tristan. Ladevans, he is fast.
Our setter is getting one of the biggest cheers of the day, though, as he crushes up the... he's fallen off. That's disastrous. Has he fallen off? Oh, he's got the axe. Maybe he's got the axe.
He got it, because he's coming down. I don't think he's climbing globs,
That would have been poor, mate. I can't fall off that. Well, YouTube, keep your comments coming. Do me a favour and just hammer that heart button, will you? Because, we like to know that you guys are out there and listening. So if you hammer the heart on my screen, there's lots of hearts come up. And I'm shallow. I like a bit of heart action.
I like it too. I very much prefer hard routes over easy routes, which are just...
No, I said heart. The hearts on YouTube. No. See, I prefer an easy route. You immediately heard heart is hard and the athlete brain kicked in.
My brain just kicked into the comp mood, It's hard for me because this weekend I am kind of, half coach, half athlete. So I am fully into a comp mood.
Right.
And I'm like, he said hard. Yeah, I prefer hard routes.
Right. All right, well, another lovely wide. You can see the skiers zooming past on the left. If you were just to turn our TV cameras and look left, you get the wonderful ski slopes of Malbun that go into a big bowl on the left-hand side. And it's just a great place, isn't it, Annette? Because when you can combine sports, you've got skiers next to ice climbers, I think it just helps.
Snowboarding and everything. I would like to go for... Sledding, at least.
Sledging, yes.
Sledging, yes, exactly. Because I cannot ski before the comp, or I'm not supposed to, so I would like to do that. And we have another athlete from Spain. Well, first athlete from Spain today, but I'm saying another because last night, Team Spain did so well. They got several medals, and they're kind of on it at the moment because last weekend, Jorge from Team Spain got first Spanish silver medal on a senior World Cup circuit.
So good, wasn't it? Thank you for the hearts, guys. I really appreciate it when you do that, honestly. When the athletes as well watch this back, they'll be able to see all that action from you guys. Aitana hit very, very small as a climber. We said this in speed last night.
Exactly.
What kind of disadvantages as a small climber do you have?
Obviously, I'm one of the smallest climbers on the tour, or I have the shortest arms. I am like basically T-Rex because my ape index is, without overreacting, minus 16 centimeters.
Seriously?
Minus 16.
You should not be a pro climber, Annette. What's going on here?
I know, I'm a pro T-Rex, I am pro T-Rex.
Okay.
And I think for Aitana it's basically the same, so I feel for her and I'm really cheering for her. Sometimes it's harder because obviously all the reaches are way harder for you. But then again, for moves like side holds or floaters, like under floaters,
she's in the wrong place in this hold. Now she slips into it.
She actually got the hole.
Yeah, she went a bit high and then sort of dropped it in.
Yeah, and she found it because her tool didn't kind of bite into the metal plate there. She found the hole. And as I said, it's harder for her to reach, but with correct technique, which she absolutely has. She is smart. She's using her hands.
She is, but she's not on the hold. So the previous athlete who had it kind of wrapped the hand around, she's going for a volume wrap. This is more sketchy.
It is more sketchy. But then Rosalie, she used the hold, and then sometimes it's a bit harder to get your hand on the hold where your tool is. So she tried to go, wow, she hung it.
That was strong stuff from her.
Very strong.
Yeah, we talk about height a lot in climbing, and it's usually just how the athletes adapt to it. Of course, yes, especially with ice climbing, if you've got a short appendix, it is a disadvantage, let's be honest. But there are ways around it, and you, for example, are quite a dynamic climber, so you pop between sequences.
Exactly, you just have to find a way around. And for instance, one of the best female athletes in ice climbing is Maria Tolokonina. She's not competing at the moment, but she's very short. And she just found her way through it. And you just have to be more dynamic, do more jumps and stuff, and it's absolutely possible. And I think Aitana already got this idea of climbing more dynamically, you know.
That left tool is right on the edge there. She's adjusted it, which is good.
I know, but she's got it, and she's going for the stein. Nice. Very confident movements. She's not slow. She is climbing quite fast, which is very important if you have route like this.
Yeah, she moves into provisional bronze with 10 points. 18 is the gold, but only 54 seconds to do this. The under-16s are on top rope. The under-18s and 20 clip themselves.
I think the move from the chain is going to be quite tricky for her because, you know, it's already a big swing, even for taller athletes. So let's see how dynamic Aitana can be and how well she can swing. Because if you can swing well, you are able to do it even if you are T-Rex.
Good
I
point,
don't mean that Aitana is T-Rex. I am T-Rex, but you got me.
No, she's now a T-Rex. Forever. Done.
Done. What is interesting, she's hooking most of those stone holds.
Ooh, this is a big move.
And this is so sketchy because she's just hooking it.
Yeah. So what should she be doing, do you think?
She should take it where the line is, yeah.
So she hooked it, should have gone where the line was, and as you move up, of course, then you put some pressure on it.
It will be easier for her, yeah, because like that, she just pulled too much up and, you know, popped off the hold.
All right, well, she's back down to the ground. Good effort. Leaves her in provisional bronze with 14 points as we move to about the halfway point here of under-16 final. Up next will be Cooper Kramer for the Netherlands for the men. And Cooper was in speed action last night, wasn't he?
Yes, and again, same as for Ronja. His coaches are one and only Marianne van der Steen and Dennis van Hoek. So he's got perfect coaches with so much experience to give him. So, you know, that's already a huge advantage. And, you know, he's always so keen for trainings. I was training with him and with the youth Dutch team this summer. And they all are, like, so excited about training, so excited about all the ideas and tips. So let's see what he can perform.
And what's cool about ice climbing, well, what a shot down the valley here. So this is, I think this is out of the valley towards some distant mountains. Rather beautiful here. There's lots of ski lines, as you can see, some touring around here. It's a very special place to come to here.
Yeah, I kind of love it. You know, there is, as you already said, so many sports combined together. It's great if we have wall and kind of ski slope.
Oh, Cooper underway. A shaky start for him there as he hits that side pull. Not looking sort of settled yet.
Yes, what is important to say is Cooper started with dry touring and ice climbing this summer.
No way.
Yes.
He's that new to it.
He is that new to it, and he's just, you know, kind of quiet and always willing to learn, always willing to get all the tips. And when I was training with him and the youth team, me and Marianne, we set a very hard dynamic move for a route for the kids. And Cooper, even though he was totally new to the sport, was one of the first ones to send the route. But this is not,
No, and experience counts. He's got that hold completely wrong. And it's just impossible sometimes with certain holds if you misread it.
Exactly, and I hope he's going to be able to see the line. No.
So what should he be doing? So tip in, not
He should
pick.
use his tip, not hang like this. I think this might work, but it's going to be way harder for him.
Yeah, you can see that axe moving around as we zoom in on it. He's just not quite read this right.
He should kind of use the top of his pick where the line is.
Yeah. And of course, pump brain kicks in at this point. You're getting tired. You know you should be pushing on. It's early in the route. It shouldn't be this difficult. It's mentally difficult.
Just see what he is doing. I mean, he's fully hanging on just one hand. So he's definitely going to get tired, I'm afraid.
I think he's committing to this, you know, which he could be in trouble for. And he's
so
made it work.
Oh, yes, Cooper.
That is very sketchy then, but he's through. But that's cost him some time, of course.
It definitely cost him some time and a lot of power, but he was strong enough to do it. And Yeah, this time he got it right. He was supposed to do the basically same thing with the previous hold as well.
That left foot is not kicked in either.
No,
He's just pressing.
no.
This is a sketchy run from Mr.
Oh,
Cooper.
but he's still on the
I
wall
think he
somehow.
might have caught on the rope. No, maybe not.
No. He was still hanging on the tool.
Yeah, that left foot, I could see it happening because he hadn't kicked. He just pressed it into the volume.
He wasn't kicked in, as you said, and it's hard to balance, on just top of your front point. I'm so nervous for Cooper. Nice. Another hold down for Cooper. He is 4th at the moment. He needs to get to 12th hold if he wants to get to current 3rd position. But he's progressing quite fast at the moment. Come on, Cooper.
Cooper hits
Hold number 10. Now the earring. Can he make the swing? He's still got 1 minute left.
All right, so Cooper into the sunshine here as he climbs up the lead wall for the under-16s. Less than a minute on the clock and just 0.1 behind second place. Of course, he needs a top if he's going to get that gold medal.
He's still got 50 seconds left. Can he reach for the next hold? Yes, he can. And it's currently 2nd position for Cooper. It's unbelievable. He was struggling quite a lot with one of the first stone holds. And now he just recovered so well. And he's showing off. Wow, how mentally strong he is.
But time is a problem because he wasted it down low. I don't know if he's got time for the top here, and he pings as he tried to move a bit faster.
But well done for Cooper.
Yeah.
He recovered so well.
Yeah, he did exactly that. A bit of experience coming through there, sort of inexperience coming through. And a little bit of a spiral as he comes back down to the ground. So interesting run, sort of a run of 2 halves there. That first hold shook him, then he picked himself up again.
Exactly.
So good work from him. Right, halfway through, Annette, we got one top here this morning, and there are lots of finals. Oh, look at that. Sina Goetz in the background, I think.
Is it?
I think so. No, maybe no, it's not at all.
Don't think
not
so.
at all. I just saw a.
Oh, it is.
It is, right?
It is Sina,
Oh,
yes.
I thought I was going mad there.
No,
so let's talk about Sina because she is one of the legends of the sport.
Course.
But
She's
badly broke her
absolute
leg, didn't
goat.
she?
She was planning. I talked to her this year in Bern on the right beginning of the season, and she was one of the route setters on the European Cup in Bern. And she told me she's thinking of skipping most of the comps this season because she just wants that season off, which makes sense because she pulled an amazing season last year and the year before. She won basically every single one of the comps.
Broke her leg.
And then she
She is
broke her
injured.
leg.
Yeah.
She's injured now, but she wasn't in Bern.
No,
she
of
was
course.
still setting.
Yeah.
And she wanted to compete in Southweb, and then she broke her leg.
Yeah, and was hobbling around. Looks like a nasty one, that one. Right, let me let you know the schedule for today. So the under-16 finals is meant to be around about 11 o'clock. Take sort of a pinch of salt with these times. I think we'll generally run a little bit over time on this. After that, at 12 o'clock, we've got the under-18 lead final. That should finish around about 2 o'clock. And then this evening, we have 4:30. No, hang on. 2:30, we have the lead final. So it's a packed day. Basically, oh my goodness, we need to find co-commentators for me. I got 4 hours of talking ahead.
4 hours, it's quite a lot. I'm enjoying it so far,
Yeah, you're doing great, but you're about to leave. Right, Emma, tell me about her again. One of your youngsters, right?
Exactly. Well, not my youngsters, but one of the youngsters of the Czech team. And again, one of the members of the Brno. In Brno we have a massive plywood wall for dry tooling. A lot of ice climbers know this wall because of the European Cups. We have a European Cup out there every single season. And Emma is one of the locals, and she climbs on that wall. She is able to train on that wall every single day, and it proves to be great training for her. She is super strong, super confident with the tools, and she's got very nice night last evening because she performed well on speed, and now she's progressing quite fast.
Yeah, she is doing well here. She reaches up on that smart stone. Now, this is the hole that's got a few people. She's really got to turn her whole weight around to the left-hand side here.
But she got it right. She got the hole.
I think she's in a bit of trouble. That right act. Oh, yes, there's the moment.
That's the moment. You just have to... Okay, she got it.
Yeah.
She got it into right position.
Oh no, as we said it, we could, both you and me were sort of like looking at the body position. It wasn't quite right, was it?
It wasn't quite right, and also while she took the lower handle, it was way harder for her because it
that's the
needed a lot
emotion.
of, that's the emotion.
It's hard, isn't it?
It's hard to watch it because she's so strong. All of them are. It's just, they don't have that much of experience, and if she took the upper handle, it would be way easier for her.
Yeah, this is the move again. Now, from this moment, the second she touched that, both me and Annette in the commentary box sort of tensed because we knew that she was in some trouble here with this move. Because doing it like this, you've got to move all of your body weight from that right rotation all the way to the left and hope you're in the right place. And she wasn't quite with that pick.
Yeah, you can do it like that. I would probably do it like this because it's more safe for switching for next move. But then you kind of have to use all your muscles and you have to be very strong for that. And she just didn't quite manage to change her hands on the tool.
And because she aggressively changed hold
Exactly.
positions,
Exactly.
she's shaking around that pick. It's one of those things. Right, Emma, you will come back. These are the flags. And did you see the opening ceremony here, Annette, the other day? It was really cool.
I wasn't on the venue yet. I was on the kind of way to Liechtenstein, but I saw it, and it's just the same as it was 8 years ago when I started my career here in Malbun, and all the fires and everything.
It was
were
wonderful.
Quite cool.
And the man who was doing the fire juggling, he only set himself on fire very briefly once.
I would love to try it, but I don't think I will be good at this one.
I came out literally to watch the fire go all over him, and he kind of quickly blew it out, and he was back in the action
I would
again.
just be gone if it was me.
Yeah.
And also we have another Czech climber, Filip Petránek. Again, I'm repeating a lot myself, but he's from the same team, from Brno, from Lokomotiva Brno. And, he has this massive wall he can train on, same as Rosalie, same as Ema, and he is going for it.
Yeah, Team Czech is a bit of a force at the moment, especially in the youth scene. They're up and coming. Right, that hold has caused a few problems. He read that very well.
He read it very well, and I think he read it very well on the route preview already. We've got kind of a lot of stone holds in Czechia, so I think he's able to read them from our home wall already. He's progressing quite fast and quite quickly through the route. Super confident. He's kicking well into the plywood, learning very quickly how strongly to kick here. The wall in Brno is very hard to kick on, so for him it's actually probably way easy. Is it on the wall?
I think he's locked in, he's hit that red line pretty well. A bit of a
nice.
wiggle with that right
I just
crampon.
wasn't sure if this hole he's on at the moment was the side or not. Oh, the next one is side. Okay.
Yeah,
I
side
got a
pull to
bit
come.
scared when I saw it. Yeah, it's called the bridge, this black hole. It really looks like a bridge with 3 little holes. And when I say 3 little holes, I really mean a tiny little holes. And you have to be super delicate to be able to get into at least one of them.
Yeah, exactly that. All right, well, he's on this line between the shadow and the sunshine here, so he's going to be squinting upwards at this moment. But he's doing good. Coming up to 5th position. Of course, we've seen a top on this one. And this is the cool move, the swing left.
I love the swing. I love the earring. Another dynamic move.
Now, this is kind of a jug, isn't it, that he's in? The problem is there's no feet, and you've got to swing left.
And also, again, you have to be super delicate to be able to reach the next hold. He has to kind of hang it, not take it straight as he's trying right now.
So you think more of a wrap, and he's trying to put the tip of the pick on.
Exactly. It's a wrap. It's Korean hold called Yanga. And taking it from the top straight is, I would say, impossible. It's going to get him into much trouble.
This is the experience thing.
No.
He catches. I don't know if that's his hold, which is no, it's not. It's the hold in the wall.
I think.
You'd expect him to be called on that. I think he'll carry on until he's told to come down. But that's you can hear finished from a judge.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to do that. Yeah, he's that's fair. I like that little athlete thing. Just
what? Like what?
I didn't do it.
I'm still on the wall. Yeah, it's so unfortunate because sometimes it happens. It happened to me so many times because you are not allowed to use your pick on the wall, on the plywood. You are not allowed to touch the volumes. You are not allowed to touch any of the structures on the wall, and sometimes it unfortunately happens, even if you don't mean to.
He didn't do it deliberately. He just slipped down into it, but obviously against the rules, and he'll be called on that one. Dare to do that, you can't do that. Tricky for him, so misread the hold. He was always in some trouble. And that, again, we talked about experience a lot. Ice climbing, even more, I think, than sport climbing or bouldering, is all about experience.
It's all about knowing the hall. It's all about having the experience. And it's actually quite interesting because you would say sport, like professional sport, is for young athletes, you know. But it's not necessarily like that in ice climbing, because a lot of seniors medalists in ice climbing are over 40 years old, because experience is the thing which comes down, and it's super, super important to know how to move with the tools and how to use the holds.
Yeah, agreed. And it's kind of cool because we've got longevity to our sports. Now, this lady flew up the speed wall yesterday. She's a Liechtenstein local, so this is her home comp. And that can either go two ways, can't it? You either get this, you sort of feel a boost from your crowd, or you feel a bit of pressure.
For me, it's always like, I love the comp in Brno, you know, which is home kind of competition for me. But then I feel so much pressure because, you know, you kind of want to perform well for your home crowd, and it just puts you into so much nerves and pressure.
Look at the difference there. So she had a straight arm as she locked the hold. She just pulled through it. She wasn't looking to rotate the body, and it's such an easier move like that.
Exactly, because she took it with her...
As we say it, though, she pops off the stone. Yeah, upper hand maybe a bit high. Early fall for Flury. And look, let's talk about this, because this kind of an early fall can happen to almost everyone. Kat Shirley the other day in the World Cup, she fell like hold two.
She's got so many medals from World Cup circuit. She's absolute legend of the sport. And yet it happens, and last weekend in Saasfe, she just popped out of ice, and it's a thing which unfortunately happens.
Yeah, I'm trying to look what she did wrong here. So
it was the stone.
So you think maybe she'd wrapped it, or is that the right thing to do?
No,
on the
look,
hold?
she wasn't at the correct position, and it just popped off. Yeah, it's the thing with those granite holds that sometimes you just don't read it well, or sometimes you are not on the best placement and best position, and then it happens. And she's currently on 4th position. We are waiting for another climber from under 16 category, and it's Maximilian from Team Germany. And Maximilian from Team Germany, he doesn't have much of experience in competing. The whole Germany team is kind of new to this sport, and they're already performing so well.
Yeah, he's into a World Championship youth final straight away, so he's done well. But this is where that experience might catch him up. We'll have to wait and see. Okay, nearing the end here. 3 to go for the men and 2 to go for the women before we crown our youth champion.
Let's see what he can do. Again, it might come down to experience, because obviously, just imagine doing something for such a short time and then being on as a big comp as World Youth Championships are. There is a big crowd. It's a lot of nerves. You are coming out of the ice zone. It's nerve-wracking.
Yes, it is. He gets that hold. He's got some support as well. Kari Gu says, go Maxi. Thank you, Kari. If we've got any parents watching as well, please do let us know. Parents or grandchildren, we love to know who's watching.
Probably not grandchildren.
No, that's a good point. Grandparents.
I mean, we are in under 16 category. If they had grandchildren, wow.
I'd want to know the story, put it like that. Now, he did an interesting match there. There's various ways you can swap the tools. You can use your mouth, you can use your shoulder. He went for the thumb method, which is quite an outdoorsy sort of thing to do.
Yes, but it's all allowed. You are not allowed to put your tool, for instance, on your harness, but you can put it on your leg, you can put it on your shoulder, you can put it into your mouth. It also depends how are you training, because if you are training on boulder gym without ropes, you usually don't want to put your tools on shoulder too much, because if you fall on them, you might injure your back.
Puncture a lung.
Yes.
I've heard that happen before, which is not very nice. Carrie Gu's just giving some info. Thank you, Carrie. She says the German youth started training for dry tooling just in December. This is their first ice climbing comp. Wow. Well, Team Germany might be a powerhouse for the future. And that's the thumb match I was talking about.
Exactly, yes. And this matching thing also depends what kind of tools you have. Sometimes you feel more confident. Wow, He's in the earring already.
It's funny because that's what I was taught. So when I was taught how to dry tool, that thumb method was the quickest. And I think he's got, but this move is very un-outdoorsy, this swing.
Yes, and also I don't think he kicked hard enough into the plywood.
Yeah, that's better. Buries that monopoint in. But he's got to work out the body position. And
I wanted to say I'm not sure if it was better because his foot was too high.
Too high,
I think.
So you can't. When he got. So this is a move that, and that's the inexperience I think we're talking about. Because unless you have a specific sort of swingy move in wherever you train, you don't know what to do with that.
And nowadays it comes down to jumps and run over volumes on the comps, and it's just very hard to train these movements because in the past, we didn't have movements like this on dry tooling comps, so it really comes down to experience.
Yeah, it's new, isn't it? Well, we've got some grandparents in the house, Kenneth and Carolyn Rose, and Connor Bailey's grandparents. Hello, grandparents. Nice to see you watching. This was his run down low here. It was good until the swing, and I was actually impressed. He read all the holds very well, considering this is his first ever dry tooling competition.
Yeah, I believe the whole team German, if I'm correct, was training in Utrecht in the Netherlands together with Dutch team, with the Dutch youth team, when the adult athletes were in Korea. So
Utrecht is this amazing place in Norway?
No. Utrecht is in the Netherlands.
Yes, I've been there like 3 times. I forgot completely. Yeah, I experienced minus 27. I've got a certificate, in fact, that says you survived minus 27 in Oulu. It was freezing.
Also, it wasn't the coldest comp ever. The coldest competition I have ever participated on was in Tyumen in Siberia. It was minus 37 when we climbed. It was, I wasn't even cold. I was just, dying.
Do you know a funny fact is Oulu was the only competition, full stop, any sport climbing Boulder that I have ever entered. I discovered the night before, I was doing some filming with Epic TV, and I found out the night before that I could theoretically enter the Great British team. And I'd had a few beers, so I decided that it would be a great video and entered. So you can watch somewhere on YouTube me in a Continental Cup. I didn't do badly. I didn't quite make semis.
I want to see you climb on tools again, on comp.
On comp, no. You've watched me do this, Annette. You know how pumped I get on this thing. I don't know how to do it.
But you get this after pump, so you're fine. You'll get pumped after your
Well, maybe,
comp.
yes. In all honesty, I don't have the skill, talent, or
Chet,
strength.
please tell me you want to see Matt competing on a Continental Cup. Please confirm that.
Please don't, chat. Right, Sophie Jordan, Team Germany's number 2 member, struggling immediately with these low moves.
But again, remember, she started dry tooling and ice climbing in December. That's quite impressive. She's climbing on the Camp tools. Camp started to produce those new competition tools this year.
Because the X-Dreams were sort of a staple because they were reasonably priced, and they've sort of upgraded, haven't they, into these things. They look nice.
And it was a lot of professional World Cup athletes working on them. For instance, Tyler Kempney from the Team US. He's got so many World Cup finals in his bucket. So, yeah.
I love the gear chat that goes on between ice climbers. Obviously, it's even more important than in sport climbing, where really you've got to deal with shoes and harness and chalk, and that's it. There's so much stuff here for the ice climbers.
And apparently Sophie is a really strong sports climber as well, and she is under 15 champion.
Wow, well,
and
you can see. Look at this.
Yes.
And also, that is some cool glove action going on. I
love it. I just wanted to mention it because, my gloves are so boring. They are white. And there is so many colors on those gloves. I want them.
I wonder if Sophie's parents are watching. Sophie's parents, if you're watching, where did she get the gloves from? We're both jealous.
I need to get them, and I don't think ripping this hold is.
Well, we've seen someone rip the other way, so maybe it works.
It can work, but it's super sketchy.
So you would go.
I would go from the top. Yeah,
okay.
I would take it from the top. Oh, it's very sketchy, and also her right leg is not kicked in.
Yeah, she almost wanted to put her hip on that blue. She swapped. Wow.
Oh, taking it with her hand, but I don't think she has enough place for her fingers. This is a really tricky situation.
Sport climbing instinct kick in. If in doubt, crimp it out.
She's fighting so hard, but my heart
just
drops again. It was so sketchy. Whew. Well done for Sophie.
And she had a very calm facial expression. It was just kind of like, whoop. Again, obviously being coached with this method. Now, the problem is with the thumb is it's very...
If you are with one tool on the previous hole, let's say number 10, and another tool on the next hole, let's say number 11, and you are there like fully with your both tools, you get 0.2.
Okay.
And if you release your previous tool, number 10, you get the full point for
Interesting.
11.
And of course, within that, it's a judge's decision because there are, in any sport, we like a little bit of debate with the rules. And I'm glad I'm not the judge. But obviously, you know, when you've released that tool, if you've released that tool, that's all kind of up for the judges to decide.
Yeah, and sometimes it just comes down which tool went off first. If it was the number 10, you know, the lower one, or number 11, the higher one.
Yeah.
Because if the lower one goes off first and you are hanging on number 11, the upper one, you get points for the higher hole.
Even if you've kind of fallen off. Interesting. Some people are asking about the chain. Can you use it with your hands? Yeah, theoretically. But if you ever tried to climb a slippy chain with golf gloves on, it's challenging.
If it's freezing, yes.
Yeah, exactly. Cold, slippy chain.
Let's mention that there is probably ice on it. And
Yeah.
it's probably frozen because
Yes.
it's been hanging there.
It's in the
since,
shade as
like,
well,
yes.
isn't it? Yeah, so yes,
You
but
can.
fair play if you manage it. Right, we're almost down to the last few here. We've got Connor Bailey from the USA, and then Huta is out last. Whereas for the women, we've only got Anna to come from Spain. And look at a USA tool wrap as well. That's very cool.
But Connor, he's got both tools wrapped.
Yeah.
His colleague Matthias, I think it was Matthias, had only one tool wrapped with the US flag, which was quite
They're
interesting.
one-upping themselves, aren't they?
Oh no, he's wrapping it.
Yeah, he's got this hold a bit mixed up. Can he kind of bully his way through this sequence? That's
okay.
better.
That's much better. I remember Connor since he was like super little climber, you know, climbing in UIAA on his first big comps, because UIAA Ice Park is, if you are a climber, if you are an ice climber, and if you are in the US, one of the places to visit, because there is so much stuff to climb with your tools. And every single year there is a huge competition, and Connor has been visiting this competition quite regularly. He's also competing in skiing.
In skiing as
Yes,
well, wow.
and also in sport climbing.
Oh, wow, he's a busy man.
He is very busy.
Very
man.
busy man. And he's doing well at the moment. 2.5 minutes left, or 2:40 on the clock. And making good progress up the right edge of this wall. The under 18s or 20s, they'll be on the big overhang on the left-hand side. So we get to see that later on.
Also, Connor is training for most of the time in Salt Lake City in Utah, in a gym called Scratchpad. And it's a quite a big gym for triathleting. And yeah, he is one of the Scratchpad athletes.
I've never heard of Scratchpad. I'm going to have to visit. I'm in Salt Lake quite a lot, so maybe I'll go and visit. This is the big swingy jump, and he's hit that straight away. That's the difference, isn't it, when you know what you're doing?
Exactly, and he just knew this hold. He probably saw it on so many videos, or maybe even climbed on it on some of the US walls, and he got it right straight away. Talking about Scratchpad, they had comp, I think it was last spring, and the ice climbers were actually climbing through fire, like real fire. It was amazing.
As part of the route?
Yeah, as a part of the route. There was this huge slide with your tools, and the slide, like the chains and everything, were on a fire.
Wow.
It was amazing. You have to find it. It's on Instagram.
I'm just watching, imagining the accidents here. Please, UIAA, don't do that. Right.
Do it. I would
You
love
want
to
fire?
try it.
And that not you. You would be the worst with fire. You would be on fire. Right, another swing move for Connor here off the bottom of the chain. Easy though. It's not that far, that move.
Well,
For the
it
men.
depends. For men, maybe not. But imagine after this whole route, I mean, rushing through the route, you are obviously kind of pumped.
Yeah.
And then you have to swing quite quickly and strongly. So
Well, he's doing well here. Now, we
He's
have
doing
had
very
a
well.
top, so it is going to come down to time. And remember, Matthias was very close to running out of time. He's got about
Right.
48 seconds, but this hold is nasty.
yeah, he has to kind of side float it Yeah, he's got it right now, but he really has to stay strong and float it without his head of the tool touching the wall.
And then his reply little lip on the hole. There's not much there either. But look at this. That's the top.
He has to
just
match
needs
it.
a match. Oh, come on. Oh, there we go. Well, he just rushed it there. But that should be the provisional leader. You can see the question mark on the left of our score. That's just because the system needs to work it out. But it's down to time, and I think he was faster.
He was faster. I think so, at least, because Matthias, his teammate, he had, I believe, just 1 second left.
Yeah, I think he was very
Connor
close.
had about 20 seconds.
There we go. Confirmation. He jumps over his teammate into the number 1 spot with 1 to go. He is guaranteed a silver medal, so well done, Connor.
Well done for Connor.
So our top qualifiers are about to come out. Anna will be next. This was the move. He set himself up for a huge swing, and then I think just went, oh, okay.
He just was like, yeah, it's actually not that hard.
Brian Bailey on YouTube says, great job, Connor. Jan points out that you would definitely have a fire accident, probably burning her passport or something. Yes, Annette would burn her passport.
I want to mention I'm not climbing with my passport on me.
I wouldn't put it past you.
True.
This is a lady who lost her passport in a security system when she put her stuff through an X-ray machine. And where was the passport, Annette?
Okay, this story again. If you're women, you know it can happen.
Yes.
It was in my head.
It was, hang on, in your hat.
Yes,
Right.
in my head, and I didn't feel it because I have a lot of fluffy hair, you know, and I just didn't feel it.
So you took your hat off at some point and then re-found your passport?
Yes, it was in my head.
Wow. Do you have a better passport story, chat? Let us know, because that one's pretty unbeatable, I think. Right, Anna comes out. Now, Annette, climbing in last position means you're the top qualifier. There are certain pressures with that. You're
Of course.
alone in the ISO,
Of
everything.
course, you are in the ISO zone for the longest time. You kind of know if the previous athletes did well because you don't know how exactly they climb, but you know you can tell according to how much time they spent on the wall, and also you can hear the crowd. So if they are cheering on the athletes a lot, you know they probably stopped doing it. But Anna, she is not a new climber, she is not a new person to this sport, and her brother Jorge just got silver medal last weekend on Senior World Cup in Saasve. So, you know, she comes from a strong family of climbers.
And he's here this weekend,
He's
isn't
here,
he?
yeah. He's coaching her and other athletes.
And then competing the next day, I think. All right, well, she gets that hold just above the quick draw hole. And this is good from Anna. Lots of time left, and this is very confident climbing.
I was training with her brother this winter in December. He was visiting my gym in Prague, and he told me Anna is getting stronger and stronger, and that she's super excited about all the trainings and learning all the techniques and all the tricks from Jorge and the other guys in the team. So I think we are actually watching one of the, you know,
The future
legends of the sport.
Yeah, she'll be coming into the senior side of things soon for sure. A lot of the athletes make that transition after 16. Just there, but look, you can see the difference with the way she's moving on certain holds. The confident, knowing what those holds are.
I'm a bit scared for her at the moment because maybe you saw that she grabbed the edge of the wall with her left
Oh, I didn't.
hand.
I missed that.
And the thing is, usually you're allowed to grab the edges of the wall if it's not the end of the wall.
Yeah.
But apparently...
But it's not taped.
It's not taped, but apparently during the technical briefing here, they said that it's not allowed to grab any parts of the wall.
Interesting.
And there was a technical issue during the qualifications yesterday because of it. So let's see how it works.
It'd be a shame, wouldn't it, if her score is downgraded.
Yeah.
We'll have to see if any appeals come through.
I hope it's not the case. It's just letting you know that something like that
it's a good
happened
spot.
yesterday. So
Well, she lost her feet there for a sec. She's approaching 18th, which will be provisional gold at the moment. Gets it. There it is. So she is, with the last climber out, the gold medalist so far of the Youth World Champs.
sketchy moment because this hold is not the nicest, and this part of the wall is the same for female athletes and for the male athletes. There is the nasty side floater.
Well, she locks that off, stands into the replay hold. There is the top. The only lady to top this route will be Anna as she hits it with the left hand. It was almost faster than the men. Look at that from Anna. She is the provisional champion here today.
And yes, she was the fastest in the top so far. She was faster than all the men, but obviously the beginning of the route is different for male and female athletes. So you have to give males that.
Well, she breathes hard, and then look at that scoreboard, far above her nearest rival. She has the gold medal, unless something happens. Okay, one last athlete for the under-16s to come. We're going to watch some highlights here. I don't know if we're going to get the moment where she might have touched that wall. I certainly missed it, and that's a good spot from you.
Yeah, she just grabbed it, but I think it's going to be fine if someone doesn't appeal.
If someone doesn't appeal, yeah. Let's see. Right, wiggled it out of the chain. That's the problem with the chain, isn't it? You can get the axe kind of stuck in it.
Well, it's always a question whether you want to take it from the upper part, because then you are kind of closer to the next hole, but then it's sometimes way harder to release your tool.
She was so confident on the moves, like really happy to swing the feet around. So
you can tell that she's training a lot and she's got the power, she's got the technique, you know, and she's got the confidence. She's moving quite quickly on the route.
Very comfortable, isn't it? She will be one to watch for the future. Cool to see. Okay, so final male athlete out will be part of your team, Mr. Huta himself. Can you tell me anything about him?
Yes, again, Antonin Huta has been training in Brno, in Lokomotiva Brno team, and it's his first big international comp. Just the same as for most of the Czech athletes here. And, you know, coming into first competition, first big international competition, and coming first in qualification, it can put some pressure on you. It definitely can.
Yeah, he's sort of the favourite coming into this now, just by where he's finished. But we've had two climbers top this route out. He's not going to know any of this, but we know not only does he need to top the route, he needs to top it quickly.
He needs to top it with at least 30 seconds left to be first, to get the title of world champion. He's definitely capable of doing it, but, you know, sometimes nerves and experience are a big part of the game. So let's see what Antonin can do. Come on, Tonda.
Underway.
You can do this.
So he's underway and going, and needs to do this fast, remember. So clean, fast is a lot on this man's shoulders right now.
Yeah, he's switching the handles, switching to the reverse grip.
Yeah, high reverse grip straight away. And he's thinking he's slightly smaller golf gloves there. They're very, very big. You could see the fingers hanging off the bottom.
Well, you know, it's sometimes hard to... oh, no, he wants to hang it. Okay, he got it right now. I would probably take it on reverse, but he's brave enough to do it like that. He's strong enough.
Full commitment, eh?
About golf gloves. You know, it's probably the best option for the ice climbers at the moment. There are just very few companies making proper competition tri-tooling gloves. Marianne and Dennis Van Hooks are one of them. Makers.
They have an online shop.
They have online shop, exactly. Ice Clement, it's called. And, you know, usually for golf, you don't need both gloves. You need only right or left one. So sometimes it's, especially during off-season, during golf off-season, hard to find the ones which would fit you.
Yes, they don't quite for this young man, but it doesn't matter because he is absolutely crushing it at the moment. Exactly. Coming up to 7th. Now you can see by the scoreboard on the left, lots of athletes have fallen on this next section. So this swing, he's got to be careful here.
He's got to be careful here, but I think he knows moves like that because Radek Linhard, the coach of the Czech team, he's been setting moves like that in Brno quite often, so he knows how to swing.
All right, so let's see if he can lock this move in. We know the wrap is probably the best way to hit this next hole. Let's see if he can spot it straight away. Yeah, he's thinking about that.
He's thinking about it, but his feet are... Yes, he wrapped it. Nice. Oh,
nearly lost the axe, but didn't quite. He's in still. So that's the sort of the crux, I think, done. Now he's just got to keep pressing forwards here. He's in 4th at the moment. 15 will be a bronze medal for him.
He's got a lot of time still. Yeah, another crux because, yes.
Technical match, eh? This is looking good.
It looks like a podium for this Czech climber.
Yeah, that's the bronze sealed now, so 15 points. Remember, silver and gold are both tops, and he's got a minute and a half, and he's sort of in the zone at the moment.
I'm so nervous for him. Another big move, another big swing.
Yeah, he needs to kill. Oh, he loses the feet, though, before he can go. That's cost him some vital seconds here.
And a lot of power, I bet, because he just literally saved it on one arm.
He
Come
resets.
on, Antonin, you can do it. Yeah, he needs to kick harder and kind of move from his feet more.
Yeah, this is costing him some vital time right now. Hits it with a reverse grip, not quite. Oh, Huta, you just feel this comp slipping away from him in terms of the gold or silver medal right now. He's got to do something. 45 seconds.
Come on, Antonin. I don't think it's going to be gold medal anymore.
No, it's not, but he's going to run his way up this wall now. He's not aware of it.
He can still top it. We can hear the very loud Czech team cheering him on because he can still make it to the top. It's going to be close, but he can still fight for...
He might be on for a silver medal if he can do these next couple of moves.
Exactly.
Gold is gone, but silver's still available just. But look at that clock
Just-
going.
oh,
Oh, no, he
and it
falls.
slipped.
I think he was trying to push a bit too hard then, maybe.
That's the thing. Sometimes you really need to rush, and the holds are slippery. So, you know. But I think it should be third position for Antonin. And on the first international com, it's amazing result.
Yeah, good stuff from him. All right, well, we'll see confirmation of the results. And a reminder, around about 12 o'clock today, we'll be doing our under-18 final. So you've got about an hour to go away and chill. Annette, you've got an hour to find me a co-commentator. You've got Anna leading the way for the women. Gold medal for her. Rosalie with the silver, and then Ronja after that with the bronze. Good separation, good setting from our team out there. And Sophie with 14, just a couple of points below the medals. That's the under-16 women. We'll have a look at the under-16 men. Connor leads the way just over Matthias due to time, both getting tops. And Antonin Huta, we just saw him in bronze. And Cooper Kramer slips down to fourth. So, Annette, who do we watch out for in the under-18? Which Czech athletes are you looking after?
I think we don't have any under-18 Czech athletes in this category. But we have quite a lot of athletes in under-20 category. So let's wait for that.
All right, well, we'll leave you with some highlights. We'll say goodbye for now. We will return in about an hour for the next finals of our UIAA Youth World Championships. Thank you, Annette. We'll see you very soon.
Thank you so much.